Good morning. I want to talk to you a little bit about worship today. I preached last night for Sunday service, and so this is on my mind a bit, and want to share with you a couple of verses out of Psalm 100, which is kind of the classic worship text. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. But very close to that, you've got Psalm 102. Hear my prayer, O Lord. Let my cry for help come to you. Do not hide your face from me when I am in distress. Turn your ear to me when I call and answer me quickly, for my days vanish like smoke, and my bones burn like glowing embers. Some of the other verses, I eat ashes as my food and mingle my drink with tears. But he finishes by saying, in the beginning you laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you remain. They will all wear out like a garment. Like clothing, you will change them, and they will be discarded. But you remain the same, and your years will never end. Here's what I have for you this morning. I think a lot of times as we consider whether or not we're going to get up and go to church on Sunday morning, there's a sense of, do I feel good enough? Are the kids doing well? Can we present ourselves in a nice fashion so that when people ask how we are, we can say, great. And if there are problems or difficulties, maybe we just take a break this week. Since we have online worship, we're not worried about those kinds of things right now. And it has been a difficult week for me, and I think probably for a lot of us. Things have just been turned upside down. I'm about to head off to the second funeral I've done this week under social distancing protocols, which means less than 10 people in the room, and they're all at least 6 feet apart. And if you can imagine dealing with grief under those circumstances, it's just really hard. So I got up this morning, and I got to tell you, not really feeling it. I may have a 3-piece suit on the outside, but I'm wearing a tracksuit on the inside. Well, I would be wearing a tracksuit if I could get a hold of one. If you try to order one online, see how far you get. At any rate, there are days when our mood isn't sunny. But that is not an excuse to avoid worship. In fact, the psalmist would say that's an especially important time to head into worship. We need to bring all of who we are, the anger, the confusion, the anxiety, before the Lord, and lift up our lives as they are into his presence so that he can do something with them. My hope is, as we go through this season and we're perhaps not as concerned, no one can see us if we're watching a service online, that when the day comes when we can come back together, we will be all right, whatever our mood, to come into the Lord's house together. Our song today comes from Ashley Cleveland. It's called Enter His Courts, and she has got exactly the right idea about this. Great song leading into Palm Sunday, where she talks about the rocks crying out, enter his courts with praise. But the bridge to this song is phenomenal. She says, come in your confusion, all you disillusioned. It's too lonely in seclusion. Come, don't wait for the rocks to sing. Let the cries of the people ring. Ashley Cleveland, very difficult young adult life. And when she recorded this song and this album in the mid-90s, it was very distinctive. If I was stuck on a desert island in quarantine wearing a three-piece suit, I would definitely bring this album along. You need to check it all out. God bless you today.